Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samelin. I'm the principal of Samelin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Rebecca Neale. She's the principal attorney at Bedford Family Law, based in Bedford, Mass. Rebecca's firm offers a range of legal services, including divorce, custody, estate planning, and probate. And welcome, Rebecca.
Thanks for having me.
So, Rebecca, tell us how you came to the law.
Oh, I came to the law from a background in community health education. I was a Peace Corps volunteer and then worked in the States as a community health volunteer. And I really wanted to get into work that advocated for consumer rights and be a public interest attorney. And that's what got me to law school.
Mm-hmm. And what brought you to your area of your specialty?
It turns out I had all my dream jobs. I was a consumer class action attorney. I worked at the Attorney General's office and worked at appellate court, and they were really boring work for me. And the one job that I loved in this kind of series of jobs was legal aid, where I get to work one-on-one with people often, and I was in court a lot. And at some point, I kind of fell into a job where I was doing divorce and custody work. I never thought I'd be doing that work. And I found that it had all of that personal interaction that I was looking for, and also the legal work and negotiating and advocacy that I love to do. And I've been doing that for the past decade.
And in the beginning, while we were chatting prior to the video starting, you had mentioned you had a multitude of great client stories, but you're going to share one with us.
Yes. I mean, any divorce lawyer, they are going to have a ton of stories, good, bad, ugly, heartbreaking, and, all sorts. But I do have a story that kind of highlights what I love the most about being a divorce lawyer. It's helping people through some of the most challenging parts of their lives and seeing a real transformation. And I think every good divorce lawyer goes beyond just the legal work in listening to our clients and shepherding them through this challenging time. I'm connecting people with financial advisors. I'm connecting people with mortgage brokers. I'm suggesting therapists for people and parenting coordinators. These are things that are just not in the law, like the lawyer job description, that we're all doing as family lawyers. One of my favorite cases isn't dramatic at all. My client was in a short-term marriage, and she gave up a nascent engineering career to follow her spouse to a new city. He had a great job and lots of income there, but she was having a lot of difficulty finding work that would allow her to qualify for her further certifications. And he had been pretty disparaging about her career and putting her down a lot. And despite her best efforts trying to get a job in that career, she wasn't able to. When she decided to divorce, she found herself in a city she didn't want to be in a job she didn't want, that wasn't getting her towards her chosen career, and very much put down. Her confidence level was very low. And if this were a long-term marriage, the law recognizes that both spouses enjoy the benefit of the higher income earning spouse and the acquisition of assets, and they're going to divide that equally. But with this short-term marriage, there's not a similar concept. Generally people are going to walk away with what they came to the marriage with. But there was a little used alimony law that said that someone in her situation could be eligible for something called reimbursement alimony. It's not exercised often. I talked to colleagues who'd never done it. I couldn't find one who'd done it, but we spoke about it. And although she wasn't very confident in her ability to get it at first, because she had been put down for so long, she'd felt like maybe he was right. maybe she wouldn't be on track in this engineering degree, even if she hadn't moved. But we spoke with a vocational expert. They did an analysis, and we were able to quantify how much lost income that move alone had cost her, the trailing effects of the lost income, by restarting her career later. And we were able to get a really good settlement for her. But not only that, part of what I love about this case is being able to use a rarely used legal theory. That's a ton of fun for me. But what my favorite part is seeing her transformation, because when she began this case, she did not have the confidence to start her new life and to restart that career. But by the time it was over, she already had a job in her chosen field, and she was moving on confidently in her new career and her new chapter. And that's like why I do this work, is to see the difference and the change in people in 6 or 10 months, sometimes 2 years, unfortunately. But everybody changes, and I love to see that transformation and help them through it.
And it must be fun, do people stay in touch with you after, let's say 5 years after, and you maybe run into them, and are you surprised at what you see, or does that not happen at all?
So actually, I do see clients again, but the people who need to hire me later, unfortunately, it's not usually for a good reason. They need help with a modification of a parenting plan or something like that, or somebody's been difficult and they need some enforcement of their order. I'm always happy to help people. And there's a lot of clients that I have that are local to me. When I run into them, I love to get their updates and see how they're doing. And I would love it if people would keep in touch with me more on the positive updates as well.
Yeah.
But it usually, nobody calls a lawyer on their best day, right? And so that's when I usually hear from folks, unfortunately. But I love to get good updates. I get thank you notes, and that, like, I save all of them. I have all of them. They make my day.
That's great. So everyone, my guest today is Rebecca Neale. She is the principal attorney at Bedford Family Law. Rebecca, can you provide our audience with your contact information, please?
Sure. You can find us at bedfordfamilylaw.com, and you can actually book a consultation right online. So you can book it at midnight if you need to, when our, people answering the phones aren't here. And you can reach me directly at 781-499-2016.
Gotcha. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. Rebecca is a keen example of that. If you're an attorney or know someone who does, if you're an attorney or know someone that does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.